Fnatic playstyle well and suit some of their strengths pretty well. So I'm excited to see if Fnatic can be as dominant here on this one. I'm also hoping that we get to see a somewhat closer game, in all honesty. I would like to see Fnatic tested a little more too, just for their sake, just so that it isn't complete smooth sailing for them. You learn a lot when you get pushed to your limits. So far, it has been a little too easy for Fnatic in this series. Let's see if that's about to change, though. We get underway into Inferno. Wisla getting that chance to start on that CT side.
Snatchy spotting a lot of info as well. 4 players charging up mid as Sobble tucks himself into the boiler. Not to be tested yet, though, and it's a heavy rotation away. This is a B-Wrap, and with 2 players deep in CT, Wisla are well set to meet it. Goofy and Jedka are frag a piece before they're found, but that starts to leave this B site vulnerable. SZPERO is solo for now. Has got a fast banana flank in Sobble, but still Snatchy stays on that A site, unsure what's coming his way. And as Alex deals with the site player, this fast flank is all they've got, and he's smoked off by a CT smoke. He's gonna have to go through it, tries to contest the early plant, does well to get one, but again, Brollan is quickly there for the trade, and 1-on-2. Bomb to be recovered, it's all onto the shoulders of Snatchy. He spots one. Sees a shoulder as they make their way round into construction, and that will allow him to start taking this site. They'll play Ring of Roses round construction, and the timing really is going to be everything here. Snatchy, for now, is watching for the man to make his way out coffins, and he's not being given anything because he's tucked pool. Nobody on this T side has seen him yet. They've cleared deep into CT, and Alex, actually, with Brollan behind him, is going to back away. The footsteps just far enough away that Snatchy's not quite going to hear them. So the bomb that was trapped in towards those coffins for so damn long will slowly but surely work its way back around towards the A site. And Snatchy, without a kit to play with, will have to make his way all the way back.
I think you could just see Snatchy's face there for a second, thinking, oh man, this is probably not winnable, but he's gonna try. Coming back over to this A-bomb site. Both players in good position. Oh, nearly having the chance off the back of the first shot. But Brollan there for the instant refrag. Triple kill for him. Scrappy fights into CT initially, but Fnatic make the most of it. And then just play that late round scenario pretty much perfectly. Getting away to the other bomb site. Working together to make sure they can trade. Nothing Snatchy could do.
It's unfortunate, but the reality of Inferno, if you don't have that kit, you're on the wrong site. The rotation takes so damn long. Really nothing more to be said than that, as the Force Buy will come out for Wisla. 4 Deegs, 3 Deegs and a 5-7 rather. The Scout of Snatchy again finding some early purchase. Smooya tagged down bottom of the ramp. That's one of the AKs tagged as well. Might want to consider dropping that to one of these Mac 10 players, as Alex walking right into it, lucky not to get his head ripped clean off. They want to pop out. The flashbang perfectly timed for Crims to open things up, and well, flying scoutsman practically here as he gets a second in the air. Goofy, it's a consolation kill to deal with Crims, quickly traded to nothing. And Jedka and SZPERO once more will find themselves saving over towards the B site, trying to hold on to that armor, the pistols, give themselves something to work with in the next round. But Fnatic already starting to feel their way into this one.
Again, happy to go with pretty quick pace. You can really see how free-flowing the Counter-Strike is for Fnatic right now against the team they think they are heavy favorites against. Jedka and SZPERO sitting back. Where is this on the map, Wolfie? Could you tell me just from this?
I instantly looked at the mini-map to try and see.
Whoever gets it first wins. It's A site. It's A site. Oh, I won. I won my own game that I made up and didn't really give you time to understand. I'm the winner. You're the loser. This is like literally when a 5-year-old kid comes up with a game and just like makes it stacked in his favor and declares himself the winner. That's what I've just done to you. Absolutely wrecked.
Pretty much, but it's okay. Look, we got to give you the wins.
I got to take the small wins in life. That's all I got, Wolfie.
Exactly. You're watching Dinko at LAN, watching all this come across as you're stuck in your bedroom. I was more just talking about the fact that every one of my jokes is an L. That's what I was talking about. Well, this eco's going to be an L. Let's be realistic about it.
There's the segue.
Sometimes we've got to talk about Counter-Strike on this broadcast. It's very rare, but we do give it a go every now and again. Pistols out, couple of safe bits and pieces. Snatchy invests. Goofy grabs himself a deagle. The problem is, again, 4 players kept up for fnatic. Plenty of finances available. And they just have to not be stupid about this, to be perfectly frank. They've got to play it smart, make sure they call the rotation, and, well, it looks like they've got a really nice read on this because Wisla have gone for a 4-man B stack. Brollan just throws a deep CT smoke to try and keep them interested and busy. And the rest of fnatic work their way back around towards this A site. Now, Goofy is the early warning sign here for Wisla. He's on this long angle. The idea being he spots it, everyone floods in, and then all the kills go their way before any much more comes about. But fnatic, whether by design or luck, have completely bypassed it. Goofy will finally spot something, but the bomb is heading out the apartment. He won't even see that as it makes its way through to the site. Okay, Goofy. Looking to add a little bit of something spicy to that. Clean headshot onto Alex. And smooya is a little isolated with this AK-47. A little more than perhaps I would like, but he doesn't seem to mind too much at all. Clean frags. Clean round for fnatic. Again, as long as they only drop the MAC-10s, really not fussed about this at all.
Brollan will fall. One of those MAC-10s gone, as you were saying. smooya can just sit in the underpass, though. smooya try to catch him out, and that actually could be an AK picked up by Jedka.
He wants it.
Oh, he's made noise. Where's the AK? Where is it? Oh, he's got it. Finally. There we go. Take that all day.
A little bit enthusiastic from smooya, shall we say, to swing that angle on low HP up against the deagle, and he gets his head ripped off for his trouble, but 1 AK saved shouldn't be world-ending for fnatic. Wisla, they were going to buy around this regardless. It does mean that Jedka's maybe got a little extra utility than he otherwise would have been able to afford, but it's not world-ending at all. So Snatchy grabs his AWP, looks to fight early, can't quite land the shot. smooya in transition to the underpass was very vulnerable for a moment, but shot not quite connected, so he gets away with that one, posts himself top mid. And meanwhile, banana retakes from both sides looking to come through. Jedka absolutely charging, not making any secret of his presence. Lovely flashbang over from Alex, but it is traded. SZPERO there to at least back his man up. But again, this is the problem for Wisla. A 1-for-1 trade, especially on a map like Inferno, really feels like it favors this T side. They can pull your rotation so much more freely.
Snatchy's AWP has decided to lean over to B. See if they try and get him established on an angle, would maybe stack towards the A side of the map. Looks like that is the read, but the smoke up to long means Goofy has to drop back. SZPERO just now coming in on the rotate, but fnatic is still undecided, and in fact, that bomb is back towards banana. They've left themselves with low utility here, fnatic, but it looks like they may walk into that 3-man A stack. Couple of smokes and a single flash left for them to work with, and this double crossfire on the site could be unexpected.
It'll dodge this pop flash as well. They're going to send a couple of players out the apartments with it. Goofy the first there to receive. There goes the pop flash from smooya, but it's fully dodged. Mezzy just caught low HP as he makes his way out. Crims, though, baits his teammate in brilliantly to find the first. Sobble expected, dealt with on the pre-fire. That was a 2-man site setup, and Crims on his own has just dismantled it. smooya there to pick off SZPERO as he tries to make his way around the mid flank, and Snatchy, well, he heads for the hills. Even when Wisla have the right setup at the moment, fnatic are still finding a way through it. That was perfect, right? He dodges that flashbang. If he gets the kill onto Mezzy, then he can refocus in towards the apartments. The problem is he knows that mini pit player is still there. He knows he's low, so he's kind of stuck between 2 angles at once. And as soon as he's in that situation, Crims is just ready and waiting to pounce on him.
Yeah, you just want that first kill so badly. It makes you feel so much better because then you can probably drop down and survive and just feel more confident. You don't even have to fight further. And then Sobol's left in this awkward spot where he doesn't know if he should reposition on the site or whether he can just stay in his position. Doesn't feel too comfortable. Eventually decides to jump up and get spotted in the process. This is what I was saying earlier, though, in that oftentimes it feels like Wisla are getting into okay positions. It's just so many of the fights going against them. 4-0 lead for fnatic. At least a buy still available for the CT side. Brollan able to swing onto mid early. 3B stack at the start of this one for the Poles. Not contesting for much map control, though.
Thought for a moment they were going to set up the banana retake, but playing very passively within the site itself. Snatchy hoping that someone overextends around this corner and he gets the opening he craves. Retake utility does start to come in, but this is interesting. smooya is actually going to be boosted. Watches for any kind of a retake coming through, can confirm that there's no CT presence, so that utility drop to feign the idea of a retake doesn't quite work that way. And fnatic, that's an interesting flash through the door. Definitely unintentional, but they do start to stretch their legs in towards bracket. Take that map control away, force that third player to rotate back over towards A. A second smoke goes late towards the library to convince him that's what's going on. And then, well, all 5 players start to work their way back around towards this B site, and it's going to be Snatchy and SZPERO with a hell of a lot to do here. Full 5-man execute, kitchen sink of utility, about to head in their general direction. Flashbang's good, but Snatchy dodges it. That's a big opening kill to find. He's got to back away, though, and that leaves SZPERO in the lurch. Nothing he can do. Cribs guns him down on the fly. Snatchy desperate to try and deny this bomb plant, but it's not quite going to land. And 4-on-4, first real retake opportunity for Wisla all in. They've got several players here, and a decent amount of utility to maybe give this one a go too. Snatchy locking smooya in. Starts to make things interesting. Rounds the corner. Big flick onto Crim. smooya knows he's there. Doesn't want to over-peek it. And there's a second player now joining Snatchy. Shoulder is enough. And now smooya with free reign. Doubles it. Looks for the leg on the third. And smooya, a one-man wrecking ball, finally put down by Jedka, who actually manages to double. But that bomb's too far gone. He's on 1 HP. There's just nothing more he can do.
Nice shot initially from smooya. Mezzy getting some good work done in that post plant too. It's an awkward spot for Wisla because they have 2 smokes remaining on their B players here. You see, both Snatchy and SZPERO had smokes available. Snatchy was just waiting because he wanted to play for that pick with the AWP. He didn't feel like he had to smoke it because he had the sniper holding the angle. But that meant that fnatic could just swarm the position, trade the 1 death to get so quickly onto the bomb site. The utility can't keep them at bay. And then that retake could have been okay, but they didn't have mollies. The utility they had made it a bit awkward with the flashes. Here comes the push down mid, though. Snatchy with 1 early. This could get awkward. Alex thinking going through, but he's getting shanked. Eventually, it's the MP9, and Snatchy lines up a double. It's all gone wrong for fnatic out of nowhere.
Well, this is not how this round was meant to go. smooya 12 HP through the smoke. Bullets flying left, right, and center. Little bit of magic from Snatchy really makes that viable. 2 clean deke headshots as they try and wrap in from second mid, leaves the bomb out in no man's land. And smooya might do well at this point just to hide this AWP. He's being flanked out through T-Apps at this point. Snatchy's starting to make his way around. And well, if he drops, he makes noise. If he goes slowly, he might miss smooya in transition. It's a delicate balancing act as smooya is just thinking about where he could potentially save this AWP. I would be getting rid of it if I was him. 50 seconds left on the clock, up against 4. You've already hand gift wrapped them 3 AK-47s. Don't want to be giving them much more than that.
Well, this might not have been on Wisla's list of rounds that they expected to win going into it. But this is something we were talking about earlier. I would love to see Wisla just create some more chaotic scenarios like this. Just go for it. Go for some risky plays. smooya's AWP even denied. That makes a decent difference too. Snatchy gets to pick that one up. He will happily take that at the end there. A couple of nice deeg shots from him. Yeah, just a ballsy call from Wisla, pushing 4 down mid. Makes it an awkward round for fnatic. Puts them in uncomfortable positions that they haven't been in too often in this game. This time around, they can't handle it.
Really simple as that. Alex a little keen to deny the AK, gets himself in even more trouble, and from there, goes from bad to worse. fnatic immediately looking for the response, but the pop flash is brilliant, Goofy. multiple players fully blinded up. Mezzi's the unfortunate one to fall, but a really nice read initially from Wisla. They pop flash their man in. He spots multiple bodies. Actually calls a near enough complete rotation off of this B site, rather. Jedka will just start to make his way back to maybe think about the possibility now. And with 1:10 left on the clock, we'll start to see these rotations become a little more sane, shall we say. CT smoke dropped by Jedka. That allows him to transition to the site. SZPERO takes up his mantle in towards CT. Even drops a HE right onto Brollan. Still going to be a 2-on-4, though, as they enter into this site if they look to go quickly. Smoke's coming over the top. Molotovs to clear out some of these opening angles. It could turn into an awkward fight. AWP fast rotating. They need to deal with these site players. Crims has got one. SZPERO with a big job to do here. Needs to hold for multiple. Needs to buy time as that AWP is just starting to creep out through the edges of the smoke, and 2 quick kills. Surely that's job done. Lovely stuff from SZPERO.
The way those mollies spread initially looked pretty good for fnatic, because they got a kill off the molly alone onto Jedka, but no other follow-up frags able to come through for fnatic. I think something that helped Wisla there quite considerably is that Snatchy was able to get a peek down mid in the mid round, as fnatic was starting to set up that B play. So as soon as you see that mid is still pretty much completely clear, Snatchy started to rotate preemptively. The B players, I think, were a bit more prepared that there could be a B play coming. There's a run boost for Snatchy. Only against the pistols in this one, but he still wants to fight. Oh, so does smooya, though. My God.
That's got to hurt. That's a little bit of a dent in the ego, isn't it? Getting your head caved in by a deagle on that peak. It's a nice opener for fnatic as well. Not actually going to try and recover that AWP on the Wisla side of things. So if they just go through this mid-smoke, someone is going to get that AWP. smooya may well be the man to get it as well. You can see him toying with it as he starts to clear his angles. Lovely little pickup if they can grab that AWP. Drop the deagle over to someone like Crims or Alex, who are stuck on the Glocks. Alex swings wide, tries to bait for his teammates. Goofy up to the task on the first. There's the dink coming in, and now they look to pop in towards this A site. Goofy, though, again up to the task, and the Molotov not quite clearing the man in the pit. Brollan, yes, he'll find one, but Sobel is still here, and they need to get that bomb down. Another dink comes in. Sobel on 8 HP. If smooya can maybe find that, these afterplants start to feel a lot more viable. Mezzi, for now, stuck inside the site itself. Flanks coming in from all angles as well. smooya's got no idea. Shot in the back from short, and Mezzi can't do much else. It's a decent little round for fnatic, considering how little they brought into it. 2 frags and a bomb plant, no complaints whatsoever.
I'll definitely take that, especially because they actually put it in a scenario where if Brollan were to win that fight into pit, they had a real decent chance at winning the round outright. And he ended up getting a dink. He ended up getting close to it with the P250. Just not quite enough on this occasion. They're still putting up a bit of a fight here early on their CT side, which is what we were hoping to see. And we've got to see if they can maintain that, as fnatic are back with the rifles, and smooya really wants that AWP on T side Inferno. Some snipers don't like to go for it, but he's even willing to go for it when he can't afford the helmet.
It's a big call to be made. Holding down Banana initially, now looking to reset, but Snatchy's got his number. smooya won it last time with the deagle, this time AWP on AWP. Snatchy gets the better of him, and Snatchy wants more. Catches Alex in transition, lovely timing. Round already starting to spiral out of control as fnatic have to try and work their way around a 3v5. I've got the hiccups, much as fnatic's T side is hiccuping at the moment.
Yeah, it is certainly in recent rounds. Good to see Snatchy getting his confidence back, though. He's definitely an AWPer who can take risks like that. We've seen him do it plenty of the online games they've played. Good to see him coming through on LAN with a couple of important opening kills. The fact that he goes for that second fight, too, was real pure confidence at that point. Alex getting caught out completely. 40 seconds remaining. Brollan leading the charge, but Jedka quick on the hold with the AK. Crims looking to follow through, but it's easy work for Jedka. Nezzy maybe looking to save, maybe looking for exit kills, but he's definitely not looking for the round at this point.
No time, no bomb, no nothing. Just has to back away from this one. Wisla starting to feel their way back into this series, and this is what we were talking about, right, in the pre-game, saying that fnatic want this one to go smoothly. They don't want this exact scenario to happen where they start to lose a little bit of confidence. Wisla start to feel their way back in. Things start to go south again, and they start to get flashbacks to that game on Overpass against the Copenhagen Flames as Snatchy. Well, he's doing his best to give them some memories to remember him by. Lovely shots from him. Jedka looking crispy as well. It'll break the economy of fnatic as well as they take their first time out of this map. They just have to consider what on earth they're going to do here. Maybe half buy, grab some pistols, some Kevlar, try and charge somebody down, but it's not going to be much more than that.
You wouldn't expect them to have too many chances in this round, although earlier they were able to bring the round close with some pistols. So we'll see if they can continue that form with the weak weapons. It feels like fnatic have started to go slightly flat here. Like a soft drink that's been left out a little too long. Need to get that carbonation back. That doesn't make sense. We don't need to make sense here. That doesn't make sense.
That makes absolutely no sense. Smooya's going to go flanking as well. Already posted D.
With 20 seconds in. Is this smooya or art?
Oh, Goofy. You got to be careful here, buddy. He's thinking about it. He's going to go high. Smooya's up for it. He is losing teammates, however. SZPERO pushing into the apartments has dealt with Alex. And now it is all on to this rifle. Jedka has got to do it all. He finds the first, low HP on the second, but Crims has landed it regardless. This feels like a smooya special right here. 2-on-2. He's got the AWP. He's got health to work with. He spots the man making his way up banana as well. Can't quite land it at the first chance, but bomb will go down. fnatic looking to pull off the miracle round. His own smoke keeps him out of the ultra deep CT peak. Both players are tagged up as well for Wisla. Sobel on 44. SZPERO not doing much better. They've got util though, and that HE could deal with Crims if it hits the right spot. Oh, smooya comes off the angle. Worst possible moment. He hears the man looking to run him down. Hits the first. Sobel left. 1v2. Gives his position away with the spam. And Crims has got it. A little bit of magic. A fnatic classic as smooya just runs down Snatchy. One missed shot and it's game over. fnatic pull off a round out of absolutely nothing.
You said it, Wolfie. smooya special in this round. Chef smooya cooking up a storm. Call it ratatouille. Oh, you got to get the rat jokes in there sometimes. All right, back to the action. Listen, man, smooya's a good guy. He laughs it off too. Oh, run boost down mid. Snatchy and smooya have been going at it all game long, and Snatchy wants seconds into second mid. The confidence on display from Snatchy right now is incredible.
Even more incredible when you consider last round he was ran down with a P250.
I know, right?
Just feeling it.
They're literally just going back and forth, smooya and Snatchy. It's wild.
Brollan holding this angle. SZPERO has got the pop flash to clear this. He's lined it up for Jedka as well. Timing is going to be everything. Jedka is just thinking about going back in. They'll dodge it. Top banana will be called clear. Retake utility starts to rain in. Brollan will sit behind it. fnatic, this is not a good look. Snatchy just free reign on that AWP, getting a lot of work done, and it funnels them almost into this late B site hit. They've got the utility to make this work again. Plenty of smokes, mollies, flashes. Problem is they haven't got the picks just yet. Alex, well, this is a flashback to Cloud9, picks himself up the AWP, sees if he can get a little bit of something going, but with that refresh of the smoke, they're going to have to go through it. They really don't have much choice anymore. Time already starting to run low, and here comes the execute. Utility over the top, couple of smokes, mollies to try and flush out these angles, but SZPERO has threaded the needle. He's exactly where he needs to be. Jedka on the spray down, mops up the rest, and it's a flawless round. A couple ticks of damage taken from the molly, but nothing more for Wisla as they cruise through that one in style. And well, the back and forth continues.
Jedka just doing his best to remind us that he is still performing as he has been all day. This time he's got a bit more assistance though. That's given us a close game on our hands. A couple of MAC-10s into this round for fnatic. Ezzy and Alex having to take the weaker weapons. Smooya has got that AWP though, so we'll see if it's his turn to strike. Snatchy is in position towards B, but the MAC-10s run him down.
With a beautiful response, does manage to get two, and old Jedka swings wide, gets the 1-for-1 trade. That's about all you could ask of him, and SZPERO, enabled by those kills, goes back in for more. It leaves smooya 1v3, CT smoke to try and isolate, but he's caught in the back by SZPERO. Snatchy has a nightmare round, but his teammates are there to bail him out. The MAC-10's desperate to get up in the faces of the opposition, but the swings were too good. The timings were just about there for Wisla. And well, at 6 apiece, this CT side starts to take some form. Initially, it looked like it was going to be another one of those dire halves where Wisla really get nothing done, but they've scrapped, they've fought, and they've kept themselves in this.
Nice step up from SZPERO in that round too, because the pressure was on him, especially on the site. Prim's able to get a hero AK in this one. There is that deep mid smoke and the nades to follow. Not a massive amount of damage considering they tossed 3 nades down mid early. Prim's looking into the apartments. That, in theory, would be your best chance to just get an aim fight without having to worry about too many angles. But right now, there's the AWP of Snatchy holding apps. So that is a little concerning. Prims is looking into top mid instead, though. And he has been able to get that foothold that fnatic were looking for.
Question is, how long will he realistically be able to hold on to it? Smoke towards the library. Immediate counter is the Molotov, and they're going to have to go through it. Goofy pop flashes beautifully. Mezzy, half blind, does find at least one, but again, the trades are good, if not better, from Wisla. SZPERO and Snatchy combined for a frag apiece. The Molotov burns at the feet of one. smooya and Mezzy, they know that they've got no map control anymore, really nothing to work with. Having to re-clear every possible inch of map as they start to work their way back around into these apartments. Snatchy in the pit will be the first issue. They'll split him from the apps and short respectively. Missed shot from Snatchy, but he'll get away with it. His own smoke covers him. smooya tries to creep on up towards this side, but Sobble's aware and deals with it beautifully. Mezzy doing what he can, gets one. It's Snatchy again who goes down, but the AWP will be saved. They won't mind that at all. Wisla starting to feel their way into this CT side more and more, and fnatic need to put a stop to it soon.
Wisla coming into the lead here. Impressive performance from them so far on Inferno. Just the fact that they are keeping it competitive is already a positive sign. They do need to go on to win this map, but just having that good start, I think, has made a massive difference. You can see the confidence is just completely different. The mindset is there right now for them. Again, smooya so focused on getting that AWP into his hands. Even when the money isn't perfect, he's had to go without the helmet again. Prim's down to a Galil. fnatic still able to scrounge together a buy. Look at Snatchy. He looked pretty relaxed there, honestly, on the player cam. Having a smile over to his teammates. Wisla are in a good mood.
Enjoying their CS. That's what we like to see, as Snatchy is flashed off his first angle. Eyes off a warning shot, but nothing more, and relocates very swiftly into those apartments again. Sobble there to join him. Aggression, this time the call from Wisla. A two-man setup into the apps. Hot Flash will start to force them away as Brollan chokes on a HE. But the map control, again, very passive for Wisla, right? They're more than willing to let fnatic have the early map. Set retake utility comes in towards B just to feign the idea that they've taken that control, but very rarely have they actually gone for it. Second HE follows up onto Brollan. They know exactly where he's lurking. Airstrike comes in. fnatic again, sort of caught in two minds, have to commit to this play. Crims alone in the apartments is going to be in for a very nasty surprise here. He rounds this corner. A few too many crosshairs in his way.
Still no commit from fnatic. Rotate is coming back now from SZPERO to cover off long. Top mid has been left wide open the entire time, and finally Crims makes his move. Sobol waiting the entire time. Now Snatchy's ult may have a chance to have some impact. It's SZPERO forcing the issue through the long smoke, but he gets spammed down by Mezzy, and now they can commit into A.
Wrap a possibility. The problem is low HP bar on Brollan. They don't want to commit to it just yet. They need that kill. Alex lands it, and now Snatchy with it all to do. He's trying to hide in the smoke, trying to buy time, but smooya knows exactly what's going on. Clean shot, clean connection. 2-on-4 the retake if Wisla want to give it a go. They've got the money to throw everything they've got at this one and still be able to buy for the last round of the half. smooya nearly caught off, but he reacts well. And at this point, it is going to be round fnatic, leveling things out at 7 apiece. Jedka, one last roll of the dice. A HE hoping maybe just to chip away at Brollan. Find yourself a kill, a little bit more damage, but nothing to be given away by fnatic. Playing it smart. And as soon as I say that, Alex goes for a swing. Just make sure that AWP isn't recoverable. Trying to compound the pain for Wisla.
You might as well play for exits here. Jedka realizes he's dead to the bomb though, sadly. But you might as well play for exits. You've got all the money in the world going into the last round of the half. So Jedka was hoping he could catch someone running away on long. Unfortunately for him, they all saved over towards pit instead. That was that first kill, but SZPERO getting spammed here just opens up that whole avenue over towards A long. Allows fnatic to start wrapping that A site. Wisla weren't in a position where they had much presence towards the site or towards short. They had that apartment stack initially, which was always going to make it awkward if they lost that long control. 7-7. There's going to be a tight half, but who will go into it ahead? Got to find out here in round 15. Heavy short stack this time.
3-man hold. Oh, Crims. Not like this. Snatchy, Sobol's been spotted as well. They know exactly where he is. Mezzy's in with the punishment, and a frag becomes too goofy to try and stabilize things. Nice shot for one. Problem is, he's being wrapped on from all sides. He's aware of it, but how much can he realistically do? Mezzy, inside of the smoke, looking for the timing. Goofy drops his own utility. Nice one-way, hits the shot, spots the rest of them as well, and lights them up. Goofy on for the ace. It will be stolen. 8-7. Wisla with the lead at the half by the skin of their teeth. In need of a T side, though, a solid one at that, to force us to that third and deciding map of Ancient, where we both felt, Hawker, they'd have a solid shout if they can get there. Alex dinked up early, and he's the solo B defender.
That could be a difficult start to things for fnatic. Oh man, what do you even do here? You hope that you hit a shot through the smoke, but as soon as that doesn't happen, it has to be the retake in from Banana.
4-man stack as well, charging down. SZPERO spots them all. It's going to be an absolute brawl here. 3 players ready and waiting. The crossfires are good, though, for the T side. Jedka on the drive-by. SZPERO there with him, and this is a disaster for fnatic. 3, make it a 4th. Krim surely done for. Will at least get 1, but it's a consolation kill at this point. Alex, the man who was dinked up early, is lost alive, and he's quickly wiped away. Beautiful start from Wisla. I was surprised not to see an earlier rotation. As soon as Alex was dinked, I would have thought you need to send someone his way, but fnatic confident in the retake and seemingly wrongly so.
That can happen sometimes on the pistol. You sometimes just have to take those gambles. It can be very difficult to get multiple kills. You can't get a spray down like you can with the rifle. So teams oftentimes like to go for stacks like that. And speaking of stacks, we have ourselves a low buy for fnatic. Actually, I say low buy. It's literally a no buy. No one's bought anything. So they're all going to stack on B, different angles of elevation, and they're just going to hope everyone hits their shots. They're going to hope they get the chance to shoot first, I guess.
So we've had the Astralis stack with 5 in pool. Is this now the fnatic stack, TM?
Maybe, maybe.
2 low, 3 high.
I like the one on top. It always looks cool when you have 2 guys on one guy's head.
Should allow them to see over that as well. Oh, yeah, Krim's top of the smoke. That's nasty. They throw the lurk. 3 kill comes in, and Krim's doubles it. Now you start to get a little worried, but luckily SZPERO's Galil has got plenty of bullets in it. Despite being dinked down to 29, he's quite happy to take that kill, and at this point, smooya, multiple angles, little time, another dink, but it's not quite enough. Messi comes in with 1 more, and to be fair, considering they bought absolutely nothing, to find 3 kills out of that round is pretty ridiculous from fnatic.
The confidence of Messi to just one-tap that player with the P2000 is incredible. He's like, yep, I'm 100% sure he's been dinked, and I'm 100% sure I'm going to land my one-tap. Made it look like it was just like a dig shot or something. Very cool to see. fnatic doing a good bit of damage. That means that Wisla don't have much money in the bank ahead of this one. So now that fnatic are on the buy, they've got every chance of trying to bounce straight back into this half.
Like to see an early bounce back too, not allow Wisla to establish themselves too much, build that confidence. smooya on the org is playing a tight angle here. Feels a little risky as well, so he will just start to back away through that smoke. Leaves Alex isolated on this angle. Alex spotted, shoulder, caught, taken down to nothing. smooya next up on the chopping block, and he can only find the 1-for-1, which leaves Krims. We talked up his heroics on the ramp on Nuke. Now the A site on Inferno needs to be his next stronghold. 2 players through the smoke. Lands the first. Knows the second is there, but he can't quite rain that spray in. Man advantage still there for Wisla as they get this bomb down. And Brollan and Messi start to dream a dream of a retake. Always difficult into this A site. They've got a little bit of utility to work with. No real flashes to get players off the angle, though. And with that smoke going down, it starts to feel like this one will have to be a save. Jedka's watching for this. He's looking for it. Brollan looking a little cleaner, though. First headshots in. Bomb already halfway ticked, so this retake has really not got a lot of time to work. Plant is reverse pit. They know there's likely a man in towards that pit, but Brollan's caught as he looks to transition, and Goofy takes full advantage. That's round done. 11 on the board for Wisla. The fast A pop works out beautifully.
You end up getting all those even trades towards the site, but the fact that Alex fell so early and completely alone was the big problem. Unfortunately, it looked like it was going to be that stack towards top mid you were talking about, but Alex didn't fall back when smooya did, so he got caught in that position. Shoulder sticking out. We've seen that a couple of times already throughout this map. This time it's fnatic who feel the pain from it. And only 1 saved M4. 2 players on the site, smooya and Krims. They did the best they could. They got a kill and almost were able to double up, but just the 1-for-1s. Now we'll see if fnatic can do some work with the low buy. Maybe not, because SZPERO's so quick up banana.
Trying to be a little cheeky with it, trying to get that M4 boosted over. Nothing doing. Big opening to find. They should know this is the B site now, though, with Alex getting aggressive and proactive into the apartments. And yeah, trying to see if he can recover whatever was dropped, but not really getting much of anything around the edges of that smoke. The fnatic will start to work things out here. Crims will make the rotation in. It's going to be on Mezzy, though, as always, when you're the lone rifle, to get the majority of the heavy lifting done. It's a whiff spray to open things up, and that's not good. Zobble through the smoke will take him down. Job done. All that can really be said for Wisla. Snatchy rips Crim's head off right as he looks to scope on in, and well, Alex gets the consolation kill, sure, but he's quickly traded away, quickly dealt with, and this is more like it from Wisla. Their T side starting to show levels, and fnatic at the moment not able to match them.
I wouldn't mind a timeout here ahead of this round. I think this is starting to slip away from fnatic. They may not fully feel like that because it kind of feels like the half has only just started, but it's already getting to that point where this is a pretty important round. If you lose this, Wisla have a hefty lead on their hands and have full control of the economy game. So pressure on for fnatic in this one here on their pick. Looking for the 2-0, but they're down right now. Alex playing into Boiler. Decides to back away. Pretty standard setup from fnatic, and I think that's exactly how you want to be playing this. Haven't really had a proper round play out yet.
Certainly don't want to be trying anything too insane. smooya sets himself up on a pixel angle, then decides better of it, backs away once more. Decent amount of time burnt and limited map control taken for Wisla. The problem is they haven't really been countered by fnatic. There's no takeover towards B, so no chance to really steal that rotation, which would really help things out at this point as bracket control is taken. Alex a little isolated out long. They're going to charge through that smoke again. Wisla, they were thinking about it. That molly just wards them back for a couple seconds, but Sobel is still going to do it with Goofy behind him. Pop flash around the corner. Well played by Alex. Needed that kill as well, and he just about connects it. The bomb, meanwhile, starts to work its way back around, but there's a gap in the smoke. And as Goofy finds that kill, it's a 2-2 turtle. Both sites, 2 CT players just holding on for their lives. And with Goofy on the wrap, this B site is going to be incredibly difficult to hold on to. SZPERO is looking to try and deny any kind of rotation at all, so it's going to be a straight 2-on-3 into that B-bomb site. It's going to be down to the 2 riflers. Brollan does well for 1 on the boosted angle. smooya drop down low on the other site, and they're actually going to double back off the back of it. There's no time left. 12 seconds. They've got to get into the site, and Brollan finds 1. 8 seconds left. He's on single digits. He has got to buy time here. Bomb has to go down now. Snatchy, too late. Kill comes in far too late for it. Wisla, I think they get caught on their own shoelaces there. They try and be clever about it. They try and be smart. They try and push and pull. But with Brollan finding that kill onto the CT player, they didn't know where to go.
This is a tough round to watch. I think Alex initially doesn't need to recommit. I think it's pretty obvious there's a gap in that smoke that he's thrown when he sees it. And once you get the 5v4, you just can't lose that pick towards long. It opens up so much of the map for the Ts. But then Wisla just seemed to, like you said, get a little too caught up in themselves, going between the sites. The bomb starts running back down banana with such little time left. Coordination not there for them so late in the round. That's almost giving me shades of what we saw when they played against NIP, where they struggled to close some late rounds. And look at that nade damage early.
Absolutely ridiculous. Pop flash is perfect as well. Brollan goes in, Snatchy with the pre-fire, can't quite connect it. Lovely opening set from fnatic on that banana control. Not too interested in contesting initially. Couple of pop flashes to get Brollan back in now. That's a missed molly. Makes life a little more awkward for Brollan, but he's happy to go for a wander around the edges. Oh, Goofy spotted out. That's 3 players pink. Now that nade is going to just arc in too late. Jedka down to single digits, but he will survive. And look at what fnatic are doing here. Charging down mid. Knowing that the damage is done, banana. smooya tries to provide overwatch. Misses the shot, though. And off the back of it, they will start to go back into a slightly more sane defense of the A site.
44 seconds, quite a few Wisla players low on health. Is this a save call? It looks like it. Turtling up into spawn. can understand it, considering the circumstances. That's why I think fnatic realized it was time to fall back. You don't need to go for that aggression down mid. Wisla are the ones who are under pressure to make something happen. fnatic themselves will be happy to build up some money too. They're going to need it on this comeback road. So we get a silent end to the round. 12-9 confirmed on the board. Snatchy won't have much in this upcoming round, but everyone else in his team with the AK still. This early nade damage was big, and the flash just well timed. Brollan and Mezzi haven't been tested too much yet on B, at least not in those initial exchanges very early on. Certainly delivering this time.
Past that test with flying colours, you have to say the amount of damage done, the fact they find the kills, then they go back in for more and get another dink. Wisla taking their first time out of Inferno, understandable. It's the first time they've really been tested on that T side, right? It's the first time they've really been ran down. Four-man save call is not something you make lightly. So have a quick discussion, work out how you're going to play this one. You've managed to bring 4 rifles into it. Snatchy, of course, no save, so he drops down onto the Deagle. Good utility, though, across the board for Wisla. Managed to save a lot of their nades just by taking the damage early and not really deploying them, so solid enough buy into this one. It's a question of what do they look to do with it. Early nade stack down banana again for fnatic. Expect to see that with some consistency, but not finding anything. And what is this?
Now they're getting some more nades, are they?
Little bit of magic. Mezzi drops it deep in, grabs himself some more util. Resets again, but it's going to be the 4-man stack, and for now that looks like the right call. Snatchy just going to toy with this angle. On the Deeg, smooya ready for it. There's the freebie. Goofy the next to fall, though, not expecting Crims on the apartments angle. Just tucked into the balcony, gets a freebie, and at this point, it's already looking bad for the boys on Wisla. 2 men down. smooya boosting over their smoke to see if he can see anything. Mezzi continuing to drop utility just to make sure there's no cheekiness going on over towards Banana. The top bracket take will start to come through, but there's a lot of CT presence where that came from.
Flashing through the smoke, Brollan not blinded. Flash went a little too high. He had the roof above him to keep himself safe. And now Alex taking initiative back, sees that mid is clear right now. Oh, Sobol doesn't know. He's sneaking on up. Wow, he's just snuck into Boiler. This is an awkward one. There it is.
It killed to find as well. It gives them an even 2-on-2 towards this site. fnatic have got to be a little bit careful here. Crims does very well to find one. Traded immediately, though. And smooya now, if he goes down early, this site starts to feel vulnerable. And he's spotted inside that smoke, trying to be charged down by Jedka. Brollan backs him up. Bails him out of trouble before it gets too severe. Keeps his AWPer alive as well, which is a big one for the economy. The 10th on the board for fnatic. The gap starting to narrow away, just 2 rounds in it, and Wisla having to take the eco as well. fnatic well and truly on that road to a comeback.
I think we are starting to see Wisla get a little flustered. These fights are way too easy into top mid. They had utility. They went for 2 fights dry, even though they know there's an AWP available on that CT side and that there's a decent chance smooya would be playing in top mid. In fact, smooya's been playing top mid in effectively every round. Here's the nade stack. Here's the swing from Brollan. It gets the pistols. He gets all 3. I thought he was in trouble there, but he's able to triple up before falling.
Trying to make sure the rifle isn't recovered as well as Mezzi. Nice nade. Spray down to follow up. Smooth sailing. Those 2 players on B are doing a very solid job, you have to say. Brollan and Mezzi really haven't been tested all that often. They've had a few hits come in their general direction. Even a few with very awkward positions with CT flanks coming in, and every time they pass with flying colors. Lovely stuff that from Brollan, just smoothing out the edges. And this is where that fidgetiness that we saw from Wisla up against NIP when things were coming down to the wire might start to make itself apparent again. They're watching the lead they had dwindle down to nothing. A critical rifle buy in the context of the game. They're going to charge on through all of the utility, but Brollan is aware and so ready for it. Snatchy's flashbang catches Goofy, gets him killed. With the man advantage again, fnatic just glide on out of that banana control.
This was the first time I think fnatic have gone with 3B early. Alex leant over there initially. They've just thrown some more nades back on banana. Snatchy took some damage from those. I think Alex may have even left a nade or two to help his teammates over on B. smooya looking for the peek into second mid. fnatic have the man advantage, but this setup could fall quickly if they lose this first fight.
Needed it, hit it cleanly. Sobble will trade for just one though, and now smooya flanked in from Boiler as well. It's a headshot angle, he can't land it, he's out in no man's land. SZPERO gets the freebie, and this starts to fall apart like you said, Hawker. Alex is alone, and well, luckily they haven't sprung the trap off the back of it. Wisla, if they'd gone quickly, it was an isolated fight. Instead, he's at least got Mezzy here with him. It's going to be an awkward one, but Mezzy lines them up, knocks them down, clean as you like. For a split second, it looked like Wisla had the opportunity, had the timing, but Mezzy, well, he swings in. It's a very D-Day-esque performance. He gets all three, mops up the kills, gets fnatic level, and once again breaks the economy of Wisla.
A little surprised fnatic stuck to that apartment setup for so long. They didn't have anyone looking at top mid even. But even though that fell pretty quickly, is he able to step up for his team? I think Alex was sitting in the pit waiting to get some more kills on the board, but didn't even get that opportunity. Wisla back down to pistols again. fnatic with a chance to take the lead. They've been behind for this whole half. They've been struggling, but now they're finally finding their footing on this CT side. Set play from the start for Wisla. Only 2 CTs on A right now.
Could make things a little bit awkward. They're just going to straight pop this. CTs went for the 3-man B lane. It was the wrong call. smooya under pressure. Multiple targets headed his way. The flash is awkward. SZPERO actually blinds up his own man. And off the back of that, smooya has an absolute field day. That should have been a one and done spot. There's no way he can be allowed to get away with that much, but he does. 3 kills. Backs away. Doesn't even take any damage. He had 3 players swinging at him. And again, it's those crossed wires that we saw on Ancient. The team flash is starting to come in. The timing's not quite right. We've been here before. We've seen this previously from Wisla. Alex somehow takes a ton of damage, I think, off his own nade. Mezzy flashed in. We'll start to mop up regardless, though, and it's nice and smooth. fnatic take the lead, 13 on the board, and well, Wisla, they're starting to run out of opportunities here.
Definitely slip in through their fingers, and they realize it. Timeout taken by Wisla. This is that scenario where the first player checks the corner, the second was looking the other way. Tried to turn around last minute, but smooya was quick with the kills. Really good control there with the M4. He's back to the AWP now. I think this is a good time for the timeout over on the Wisla side. They needed it, considering how these recent rounds have been going. I believe their coach is Lord, who will have a chance to talk to them. Very experienced Polish player previously. He's got a lot of experience as a coach now. So I'm sure he will be having some good words to say to his team because they need it right now. fnatic, you can see soaring on the economy graph, soaring in the rounds. Let's see if they can take it 2-0 on their map pick.
They need to clip their wings, and they need to do it quickly. smooya peering down mid, nothing to be seen. Speculative shot fired off. That's a nice timing on that nade. Very nearly caught 2. Do need to be a little careful again, fnatic. A little blasé with their walking around the apartments, and it always makes me nervous. But get away with it for now as they do start to work their way back around towards that site and steal the rotation again. Mezzy not sure which way he wants to go just yet. smooya, interestingly, rotating that all. Fires off the early shot in mid, immediately hightails it back around to B. Need to be as dynamic as possible, as unpredictable as you can. Jedka tucks himself behind those logs. smooya trained on him. Not quite able to find it, but the HE damage top mid is a small reward at the very least. Brollan trying to spam through this smoke as well, seeing if he can get a little more chip damage of his own. smooya behind him, he can afford to be a little more blasé with things as well. Just looking for the timing, and this is an interesting setup from fnatic. It's going to be tested as well. 4 players about to head their way. smooya Needs this initial shot, and then he needs Brollan to bail him out majorly. They'll swing, they're waiting for the AWP, but it's not the AWP that swings, it's the rifle, and Brollan gets 3. I was worried about that setup. I saw a world where it went so desperately wrong, but instead it's perfectly choreographed. An intricate dance from fnatic. Catches Wisla completely unawares. They had no idea Brollan was close, no idea where to look. And off the back of it, it's 14-12. fnatic looking to close this out in style.
They were hoping they could just contact that position, that they could win those early fights or at least trade. Looked like there was a flash thrown towards the left side, but I think it went too far to Brollan's position specifically because he was so close to the wall. A hard position to clear sometimes. So many of these multi-kills, but finally something to work with. The pistol gets an early kill, but fnatic fire back straight away with the rifles. An advantage off the trades. And no gun to be recovered.
Yeah. Cognizant as ever, Alex is hiding that AWP away. Making absolutely sure. He'll even pick it up and look to lock out long. Krim spots out one on shore. Alex is isolated though and low HP. Snatchy doesn't care. Deeg to the skull. Brollan next up on the chopping block, but he dodges it, ducks under it in fact. And oh, Sobble. That's an old game, playing around the corners of the smokes, and there's nobody better at it than the veteran Crims. He finds the kill that leaves SZPERO 1v3. It was only the half buy into this one. Wisla were looking to play for the OT, but they would have wanted a little more than this. A bomb plant maybe to give them those extra bits of utility. Give them a little extra something to work with into the next. Instead, a lone tech 9 roams the plains of Inferno, hoping just to grab one more. Not to be. Mezzi puts him down. 3 opportunities for fnatic to shut the door in style. 2-0.
Not just shut the door, but lock it completely. And send Wisla out of this tournament early. And obviously Wisla would have been hoping that they could make something happen here at Katowice at their home event. They've still got a chance. But it's looking good for fnatic right now with how good they've been on this CT side, just winning so many of the recent rounds. I think it's up to 8, maybe 9 in a row at this point. Wisla won the first 4 rounds of this half, and since then fnatic have kept on the win streak. Crims with this AK and apartments in the smoke. He gets caught out early. Finally, a clean advantage for Wisla Krakow. They have to close this one.
It's been a long time since they've had a clean opening frag to work off of. And 15 left on the clock. Still plenty of time to twist and turn and pull these rotations for the CT side. smooya has been trusted solo B, been dropped the smoke by Mezzi. HE won't quite catch him, but he's given up top banana and he's holding the high angle. Needs to flick down and does so. Lovely shot onto SZPERO. Now the smoke can go out. Buys him a good 20 seconds. A rotation if it's required, but the bomb is headed back. It's going to be this A-side pop. Alex and Brollan here to receive it. As he fast rotation, but he's a little way away. As Alex ready for it now. Sobble pre-firing, drops, he waits for it, he sprays down one, Brollan grabs one more, low HP, Snatchy has to wait. He needs Goofy to get this kill, it's all on his timing, nice shot from Snatchy. Needed that headshot to enable the plant, and it will start to come through, 2-on-2 now. As he playing the corners of the smokes, decides to back away, sticks himself into Moto. Waits for the reinforcements, smooya has a HE here, Snatchy though, he's going to dodge it by playing up close and personal. If he can deal with smooya, no HP, that would be ideal. But in the corner of the smoke, smooya spots him and Goofy is left. 1v2 to clutch up. Spots them headed to the side. They haven't seen him just yet, but he whiffs the spray and smooya again is there with the punishment. 16-12. fnatic live to fight another day. And Wisla become the victims. I think the first team, unless the other streams have been quicker than us, to be knocked out of the IEM Katowice play-in. It's an unfortunate way to go down, but you have to say a deserved victory for fnatic.
It's a screen that fnatic fans won't have seen all year long. Their first win of the year for fnatic.